Mrs. Page says her husband has been playing her for a fool for 16 years. Now she's putting her foot down. Today on Divorce Court. All rise. The Honorable Judge Starr presiding.
Hello, everyone. You may be seated.
Your Honor, the case of Page v. Page.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to have you all here at Divorce Court today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me. And Mr. and Mrs. Page, we're glad that you're trusting us with your relationship today. I understand you've been together for 18 years, married for 16 years, and you are still living together. You have 2 daughters together, 2 teenagers, a 15-year-old and a 16-year-old. And sir, you have 4 children from previous relationships. And ma'am, you have 2 boys from previous relationship. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So that
Yes.
means that there are real stakes here that we're all going to have to be sensitive to because children's lives are involved also, in addition to the adults before me. Am I right?
Yes.
All right, Mr. and Mrs. Page. Mrs. Page, you brought this case. Why are we in divorce court?
I'm here today because I'm not sure about my husband being in love with me, with him being cheating, disrespectful, and untrustworthy.
Now that sounds like a triple threat to me. Cheating, disrespectful, and untrustworthy.
Yes, and if he doesn't change, then I'm done for good. I'm gone.
I see that you brought divorce papers to court.
Yes.
So, Mr. Page, Mrs. Page said this is it. What do you say, sir?
Well, Your Honor, today I'm here to fight for my marriage and my family, and also to bring to light a few issues I have with her, which is her not trusting me, being too controlling, and being non-affectionate.
Wow, now sounds like you bring a triple threat to the table also. Untrustworthy, not affectionate?
Well, she doesn't trust me.
Ah.
It's not that she's untrustworthy, it's she feels I am.
So let's delve into that. Mrs. Page, you brought this case. Why don't you take me back to how you met and what behaviors have led us to the point where we are now in divorce court?
We actually met through my brother.
Okay.
We were friends before we actually started a relationship, good friends. And one night we went out, we're drinking and we were kind of looking at each other like, and
Don't blame it on the alcohol.
Well, and I asked him, you gonna come home with me? And he was like, yes and no. And I was like, you know what, you're coming with me. And we've been together ever since.
And he never left.
No, never left.
So friends to lovers, but according to my court records, there were some red flags pretty early on in the relationship.
Yes, Your Honor.
What were they?
For years, it was going good, and then he comes home one day and I see his phone and I see he's been messaging another woman, trying to sleep with her.
That's why you said he's untrustworthy.
Yes.
So I would like to see the evidence. It was wonderful seeing you today. Too bad it was in a very public setting. Who's sending that text?
He was.
Okay. Don't laugh. It took all I had not to get at you. They don't have the emoji for what I was thinking.
He said that.
Not to you.
Not to me.
Tag, you're it, Mr. Page.
Well, that day was a day that, shouldn't have happened, but it was from lack of not getting what I needed from the home.
Not true.
So,
Not true.
either way,
Not true.
Mr. Page, here's my question, because you clearly were in a relationship. You were clearly married. Why didn't you have a conversation with your wife?
Oh, we had conversations.
So
We
you're
had
saying this
conver-
is subsequent to multiple conversations about what you needed
Your
and what you
Honor.
felt you
What
were
I
not. Give me a
was
moment,
not
Ms. Page.
getting.
And what
Yes.
you felt you were not getting.
That is correct.
And
if
so you
saw the
started
man
flirting
long
with
enough-
another woman.
Yes.
Ms. Page?
Your Honor, we could have sex 2-3 times a day, 4 times a week, and he would still be in different women inboxes.
Now that's not true.
Yes, it is.
That is not true.
Yes, it
When we were having sex, when
Yes,
we first
it
got together,
is.
Your Honor, we were mating like rabbits in spring.
No wonder
That's
we
the
got 2
easiest
kids
way to
prove
put it.
You got 2 kids.
As
to prove
it went along, she felt comfortable. And it was no, not tonight, not tonight. And I dealt with that for a while.
Your Honor.
And then when she would give me some here and there, it's like, oh, that was great. Let's go for a second round, or let's do it again tomorrow morning, or anything to keep it going. And that would not happen. So there would be long spurts in between the affection that I should have been getting and the affection that I was getting.
No, Your
Ms.
Honor.
Page, just give me a minute, please. Every relationship defines their intimacy a different way.
Mm-hmm.
In your mind's eye, you want to be able to have intimate contact on a much more regular basis than what you were getting from your wife. Is that what I'm
Yes,
hearing?
that is correct.
And Mrs. Page, are you suggesting that that's not the cause of the issue?
Yes, Your Honor. He knows the cause of the issue. I have back problems, serious back problems. The doctor explained to him everything. So it's times where I do be in a lot of pain to where I can't do it. But I put my pain aside to make sure my husband is satisfied.
So this is the kind of relationship, shall we say, hurdle that real relationships figure out how to get through. If there is some physical impediment to the level of intimacy that you are used to, then most couples who love each other try to figure out what other options are available to that couple. Have y'all had this kind of conversation? Like, this is called a mature conversation about a relationship.
This ain't just the only time. He's messaged other women, which I put into evidence.
There's
Facebook
more?
message. Yes.
I'd like to see the video too. As for what you were wearing, the winds departed my lungs with vigor upon the sight of my lady in her finery, which is to say, you left me breathless. Well, you write very well.
Thank you. I couldn't even get love on Christmas. I had the gifts wrapped under the tree.
Really?
And I wanted to unwrap you under that tree,
You
and I
did
couldn't.
not. Like, it's times where I come to him and say, oh, come on, baby, let's do this. Oh, I'm in the middle of a match.
I could sit in the
It don't,
house
but do it matter?
for 2 to 3
Do it
hours
matter?
and not do anything.
Order!
It don't matter.
It is so clear, Mr. Page, that you are seeking affection outside of your relationship with your
Because I
wife.
wasn't getting it in the relationship. And with her medical issues, I must admit, the doctor explained it to me, and it was okay. I understood. I made a way.
Your Honor.
But when I can't get the love that I feel I need on the special days, the holidays, the birthdays,
Really?
the ones that count more than any other day of the week.
I tried to have sex with him.
I
tried
couldn't
to
even
do
get
this.
love on Christmas. I had the gifts wrapped under the tree.
Really?
And I wanted to unwrap you under that tree, and I couldn't. You would not.
You didn't even ask me to have sex with him. He was asleep. He was asleep.
This
Why?
is clearly.
Why do you think? Because
I beg your pardon,
He
Mr.
was
Page.
asleep.
Miss Page.
Okay, so that's why you didn't get sex under the Christmas tree, because you was asleep.
Because you had already turned me down.
I did not turn you down.
Excuse me, Mr. and Mrs. Page. There is clearly a divide on what each one of you define as your intimate relationship. Very clearly a divide. Mr. Page has made it very clear his needs are not being satisfied. Now, the only way you come to a conclusion is if you compromise and have a discussion about what those needs are and whether or not you can fulfill them. You have every right to say, can't do it, not interested in it. But if this man is telling you from the heart he not getting what he wants or what he needs, you either listen to it or you determine that that's not what you want to do.
And Your Honor,
It's
I
not-
listen.
it's
I
not-
listen. I listen. But when I give him, like I said, we can have sex 3-4 times a day, 6 times a week. and he's still flirting with women, how's that gonna make you feel?
I wouldn't have the time to flirt with women if you really were doing what you just said you did.
I do, but you make me feel like it ain't enough. You make me feel like it's not enough, like I'm not enough.
The only reason you
Because
feel like
if
it's
you-
not enough
but
because you know you're not giving enough.
I am giving enough.
And I'm
I
trying
give you
to sit here and
everything.
work in day in and day out.
Do you really? No, you don't. You do what you feel. Not what I feel. It's all about how you feel. Like, it's times where I come to him and say, oh, come on, baby, let's do this. Oh, I'm in the middle of a match. On the game, the video game.
You know what? You wait right in, I can sit in the house
but do it matter?
for 2 to 3
Do it
hours
matter?
and not do anything.
Order!
It don't matter.
I ended up getting a tattoo.
What was the tattoo?
It's a tattoo with a woman's name.
That is not your wife?
That is not my wife.
It's a whole nother person's name. which,
Exactly, Your
For the
Honor.
sake of our discussion, we're going to refer to as Becky. Do you still have that tattoo?
Yes.
You wouldn't be living in my house.
Okay. I understand that.
Where's the kindness in this relationship? I don't see any
kindness is
joy.
going
I
on.
don't see any kindness. I don't.
Because I'm tired, Your Honor. I'm tired. I'm tired of getting
Okay.
hurt.
Oh, you're tired of being hurt, but I'm a
tired of getting
douchebag.
hurt. Because you hurt me.
But that's how you identify me in your
hurt
phone.
Me.
Explain
I'm
what you mean.
hurt.
Excuse me,
Oh.
Miss Page. Explain what you mean, Mr. Page.
In her telephone, my contact information has my picture and I'm a douchebag. I submitted the evidence.
There's evidence.
Yes, there's evidence.
Let me see the evidence.
My picture, that's supposed to be my name and my telephone number. But that's the respect I get.
Miss Page,
He hurt me, Your Honor. I mean, hurt me.
you have to give me a for instance.
All of
Because
flirtatiousness,
that's pretty mean spirit.
flirtatiousness, all the not understanding how I feel. It's all about what he wants when he wants it.
What I want, I can't even wear the shirts I want to wear in my own house.
Oh. Why is that, Ian?
Why can't you wear the shirt, sir?
Because at a point we were separated. I ended up getting.
Give me a minute. I'd like to hear what he's
I
saying.
ended up getting a tattoo.
What was the tattoo?
It's a tattoo with a woman's name.
That is not your wife?
That is not my wife.
You submitted evidence of the tattoo.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'd like to see what we're talking about. It's blurred, which usually means, just so that I can bring the jury into the process, for privacy purposes, we cannot disclose what the tattoo says. So I'm going to have to check the court record that, it's a whole nother person's name. Which,
Exactly, Your
for
Honor.
the sake of our discussion, we're going to refer to as Becky.
Okay.
So you have Becky's name on your arm.
Yes.
He left me, went down to Texas for 2 years. He had my name tattooed on him, but when he got down there, he got my name covered up. But then he come back with her name on him?
Hold on. Why did you cover up the tattoo, sir?
Because the tattoo was in an extremely public place, and no matter whom I was with, it was her.
Absolutely.
No matter who it was.
And so it was
being part of.
important enough for whatever future relationship you were planning, should you not get back with her, that you remove
Or covered up, yes.
or cover it up.
Yes.
And you did.
Yes.
In that time period, you became involved with Becky,
Yes.
and you got a prominent tattoo on your arm with Becky's name on it.
Yes.
Do you still have that tattoo?
Yes.
You wouldn't be living in my house.
Okay. I understand that.
Just want to
But
know.
here is
That's
this-
it. That's
And
it.
That's the
that's
thing.
why.
Because if I'm with you now, Becky ain't gonna be in my house.
Now, should it be enough to cause an argument 8 years later after every day
I've been
and night?
asking him since
being,
Why is Becky still on your arm?
because it's not something publicly seen.
Excuse
What
me.
is he saying to your wife?
And
Miss Page, stop. Stop,
a
Miss Page.
quiet-
Stop, Miss Page. Stop, please. Mr. Page, please. Don't insult me and don't insult this jury and don't disrespect yourself. You are wearing another woman's name that's not your mama on your arm right now and expecting your woman, your wife, the mother of your children, to accept that in her home every day.
No, I never asked her to accept it, but don't beat me down with it over and over again.
Why didn't you just go get it?
Beat me down with it over and over when I got to see it.
That's you beating yourself down with that. I do not flaunt that in front of you.
And this is what I
You asked me not to wear the shirts. I don't wear the damn
Miss
shirt.
Quick,
You
excuse
still
me.
wearing it. You got one on now.
Order in the court. Order in the court. Order in the court. Do you see the pain that you are causing this woman?
Yes.
But you don't understand.
Yes.
No.
I for the life of me cannot figure out why you could cover up her name and couldn't figure out in the last 8 years how to cover up Becky's name. I don't get that. That's intentional. That's intentional. I mean, the fact that you haven't is saying to me, you don't intend to. And you don't care how much pain it costs her. Here's the deal. You knew who you got, and you knew who you took back. You took him back with Becky on his arm. You've lived with him with Becky.
Promising me he was gonna get rid of it.
When's the last time he kept a promise to you? Let's live in the truth. Let's live in the truth. Let's live in the truth.
That's why we're here now. Because I finally realized I'm tired, I'm done, and I'm tired of being the only one trying to fight for my family.
You're the only one trying to fight. I'm
Yes.
there day in and day out, not getting what I feel I deserve.
Really?
But yet,
Really?
I'm
What
still
I get,
there
what
in the
do
house.
I get what I deserve? Do I get- how many times I gotta beg you, plead with you. Huh?
Plead with me.
Really?
Really.
Really? Stop flirting with all these women, Ian.
Start giving me what I need.
You get what you get. You get what you get. Be more understanding,
I get what I
Ian.
Miss Page,
Yes, Your Honor.
you ready to sign them papers?
Yes, Your Honor.
May I see the papers?
Sure.
Thank you. Ms. Page has signed these papers. They are in order. Would you like me to serve them?
Yes, Your Honor.
Serve the papers, please.
You've been served.
No damn smooth, son.
Ms. Page,
Yes, Your Honor.
at some point, you have to get up off the floor and stop being a doormat.
I am.
At some point, you have to say to yourself, I have 2 little girls, teenagers.
Who are now old enough to see, and I don't want them to see it no more. That's why I'm here. They need to see their mother being treated right.
They need to see
They need
their
to
mother
see-
demanding to be treated right.
Yes. Yes.
They need to see their mother walk out of divorce court ready to move into the next phase of her life.
I am, Your Honor.
Corey, escort the plaintiff out.
Sure. Can you follow me this way?
At some point, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them the first time. That's my verdict.
I know that was very difficult. You doing all right? It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. You did the right thing. Think about your daughter. Think about yourself. That's what's important.